Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you. Hello to all media colleagues, and also a special hello to our Me fans who are tuning in to this launch event on Me Community Live. So welcome everyone. And welcome to our home. And in fact, welcome to your home today. We wanted everyone to feel more cozy, so we added a little bit of scenography here, since after all, we're here for our first smart home product launch in India, which we're calling A Breath of Fresh Air. This was also, by the way, the name of our social media campaign. We created a simple game for our Me fans where they got to choose a character and then walk around learning about air quality. During this journey, they were exposed to different urban environments and different things in learning about air quality. We had over 400,000 unique visitors, and that started a really good discussion about the importance of air quality. So let's talk about air. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, psychological, or rather physiological needs are at the base of the pyramid. These are the most basic needs for human survival, and you cannot move up to the next level without fulfilling your physiological needs. They're water, food, and air. Now, we can generally choose the food and the liquids that we consume on a daily basis, but how about air? As someone who lived in San Francisco for a number of years, I always took air quality for granted, of course. When I moved to Beijing in China, I knew to expect that air quality would be drastically different, but nothing quite prepared me for the reality. We do get clear blue skies like this in Beijing. This is Beijing with nearly perfect weather. You can even see the mountains in the back. But this is the same view on a bad air day. It looks pretty different, right? And you can see them side by side here for comparison. Now, you might think that the left photo was taken in a summer day and perhaps the right photo was taken during a winter day. But when you look at the EXIF data here, coming up next, there you go. These photos are taken just 4 days apart, on July 26th and July 30th. Air quality can vary dramatically. In just 4 days, the AQI in Beijing can shoot up from a clear 29 to 252, which is quite scary. But what do these numbers mean, 29 and 252 AQI? AQI stands for Air Quality Index. It's based on a weighted average of the concentration values of harmful air pollutants at any point in time. This, by the way, right here is the scale that was specifically adapted for India by IIT Kanpur. And it goes up to 500, which is the most severe level of pollution. And here's an AQI map for cities in northern China during an especially bad winter day. The pollution was so bad that it exceeded what the sensors could measure. You can see here the 999 metrics. Of course, not every sensor was measuring 999. It's just that it couldn't go beyond 999. This is what we call airpocalypse. When airpocalypse hits, cities go into red alert, and schools and offices get shut down. Everything grinds to a halt. Based on my experience living in Beijing, I can tell you guys that there is now an entire culture around pollution data in China. But how did this culture start? It started back in 2008, April 2008 to be exact, when the US Embassy in Beijing created a Twitter account that tweeted AQI data daily from a sensor installed on the rooftop of the embassy in Beijing. It was super controversial at the time, as you can imagine, for obvious reasons, but it started a movement. And today, there are tons of mobile apps focused entirely on air pollution data. People use these apps to plan activities, basically how they go about their daily lives kind of like checking the weather before you leave your house. People use AQI to decide, for example, whether to wear a mask. And masks, by the way, or pollution masks, are a commonplace in China these days, and you can buy them pretty much anywhere. I guess the irony in this shop, which is near my apartment, is that the masks were sandwiched perfectly between the cigarettes. I thought that was kind of funny. This one is my Bane photo, as it became known on social media. I'm wearing my 3M chemical gas mask, which a lot of people use when air pollution goes out of control in China. This is serious. And apparently masks aren't just for humans. This is a snap from the streets of Beijing. And this was a viral story in China last year. You know, this guy vacuumed Beijing air for 100 days nonstop. And he created an actual brick of the particles sucked from the air. That was pretty insane, that he was able to create an actual brick out of thin air. Well, clearly not that thin. And this is a typical street scene in Beijing during a moderately polluted day. You do see quite a few people wearing masks. And this is what a street scene in Delhi looks also on a moderately polluted day. Air pollution can be just as bad, but you'll have a hard time spotting someone wearing a mask. And if you do, they're probably a tourist or a Chinese person. So here's an AQI chart from 2015 for some of my favorite cities these days around the world. The first one is San Francisco, which looks pretty good. You can see that AQI pretty much never even gets close to 100. This is Beijing. Overall, pretty bad air quality in Beijing. You can see some of these crazy spikes here throughout the year. And now, check out New Delhi, particularly around Diwali and some of the winter months right here. Some crazy, crazy spikes, even higher than what you see in Beijing. Now, this probably doesn't surprise you guys since you live here, but let me show you some more data. According to the World Health Organization, of the 20 most polluted cities in the world, 10 are in India, including Delhi, Allahabad, Patna, Ludhiana, Kanpur, and Lucknow. And of this 20, by the way, only 4 are in China. And if you look at the top 50, 22 of the world's most polluted cities are in India today. And in other cities in India, the ones that don't make that ranking, air pollution is already beginning to have a tangible, noticeable presence in everyone's daily lives, like the haze in Mumbai, the construction dust in Bangalore. This is a bad pollution day in Noida, for example. Now, there is increasing awareness about issues related to air pollution in India, and it's growing every single day. These stories are now gaining a lot of traction on social media. They're being shared and reshared a lot more lately. And even more importantly, we're already seeing the beginning of government actions to battle air pollution. There is a movement about to begin here, with NGOs also joining in to spread the word, to educate, and to take action. In fact, just this past weekend, I was traveling from Bangalore to Delhi, and I took this photo myself at the Bangalore airport. This was an awareness campaign that I came to know about called Hawa Badlo by Gale, encouraging people to go green. And it was right there in the main hall in the Bangalore airport. We're also seeing the beginning of a culture around air pollution data here in India. The US Embassy and consulates in India are already each publishing their own data on a regular basis. The Central Pollution Control Board partnered with IIT Kanpur and launched a pretty good website surfacing real-time data from monitoring stations around the country. And the Hindustan Times has a beta website where you can already check air quality in many cities in India, also in real time. So to help accelerate this movement around air pollution data here in India, we're very excited to announce that we're updating our MIUI 8 weather app to also show real-time AQI data. This app is currently in beta, so you can download it if you're on the beta track, and it will be available in the next couple of weeks for everyone who upgrades to MIUI 8 on their Mi phones. Mi is the first smartphone brand to integrate AQI data here in India, and of course, we're really proud of that. In fact, we're doing this in partnership with Hindustan Times, and we're very, very thankful for their support in helping us spread the word and create this movement here in India. So let's talk a bit about air pollution. What is it that causes air pollution? Well, first of all, coal-powered plants, thermal plants, are absolutely some of the worst. And cars are obviously another huge problem in India because of the smoke from the exhaust and the gasoline fumes, but also all of the sediments in poorly paved roads that go airborne. Dump yard fires or burning trash are also a big problem, particularly because of sulfate and black carbon. These particles, by the way, lodge deep inside our lungs, and they can cause cardiovascular diseases and even lung cancer in the long run. Pollen, spores, and plant fiber are biopollutants, which we also need to care about. Pollen in particular is a big problem in Bangalore during certain parts of the year, and it can cause various different types of allergies and also hay fever and asthma. So you might say, well, what if you just stay indoors and at home and you don't go out at all? Problem solved? Actually not at all. At least 25% of the outdoor pollution actually will seep indoors. But that is not the only cause of air pollution inside your home. Your home generates its own brand of air pollution that can be just as severe as the environmental pollution outdoors. Like cooking, which can generate carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, and also all sorts of particulate matter. Pet fur, even your precious fur babies can bring their own set of pollutants, no matter how adorable they are. Tobacco smoke, especially the residue that clings to walls, to the carpet, and to the furniture, that can be pretty bad too. And the list goes on. Insecticides, repellent, airborne bacteria and viruses. And this one in particular will make your skin crawl. It makes your skin crawl. Dust mites, aka acari. They're everywhere, but you actually can't see them. They're so tiny, think smaller than Ant-Man, but they can cause such a huge reaction in your body. Itching, sneezing, runny nose, asthma as well. Now, whether indoors or outdoors, the worst pollutants are actually invisible to the human eye, of course. We use the terms PM10 and PM2.5 to describe these invisible particles. The best way to think of them is by comparing them to the thickness of a human hair, which is about 50 to 70 microns, by the way. PM10 particles are around 10 microns, and PM2.5 particles are much smaller, around 2.5 microns, which is approximately 1/30th of the thickness of a human hair. PM10 particles include dust, pollen, and mold, when they go airborne. They're usually filtered by our nose and our throat before they get to our lungs, of course. So they normally don't get there, but they can still cause a ton of irritation and coughing. PM2.5, on the other hand, are so fine that they can go into our lungs and deep into the fine capillaries where oxygen exchange occurs with the blood. So these particles can actually end up in your bloodstream. PM2.5 can cause short-term and long-term health problems, from eye irritation all the way to heart diseases and cancer. We spoke to a few health experts in India to get more details, and here's what they had to say.
We all know in general terms air pollution is bad. Because of the Delhi being the most polluted city in the world now, outdoor air pollution is high.
If we see the statistics as of today, India is one of the most populated as well as polluted countries.
Air pollution is exhaust emission as well as non-exhaust emission, SO2. sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, NOx, particulate matter, carbon monoxide, ozone, lead.
The most important thing is the particulate matter.
Particulate matter. PM 2.5 means particulate matter having diameter less than 2.5 microns.
We are all inhaling that, it's going into the lung.
These particles stay in the lung. Your lungs is exposed to so much.
The small particles have been found in the brain also.
So in the short term, I see regularly the allergic bronchitis, allergic rhinitis, wheezing patients.
But long term is what matters. These lead to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So that is irreversible.
Pneumonia, bronchitis, and they are more prone to asthma.
Our younger population, children, when they are playing, they are running, they breathe through mouth, the natural filter of the nose is gone.
Bronchitis and asthma is the most common thing nowadays in children, especially the boys, they suffer a lot.
Indoor environment is as much a reflection of your outdoor environments. You may have more problems staying indoor than staying outdoor.
The formaldehyde, the paint on the walls. If you enter the kitchen, the smoke is there, that will have a carbon monoxide. In the bedroom, if you go, house dust, the dust mite, each part of the house will have a different type of pollutants.
Pets can be a source of particulate matter. Staying indoor is now the solution for this.
I don't think there is much awareness. What they see, they call it pollution. What they don't see, they don't know.
They say, okay, maybe I ate something or maybe I drank something. They do not attribute it to pollution.
Patients are not aware of these things, so they don't come up with those problems. So breathlessness is considered to be a little normal in pregnancy.
Wearing mask is very important, but wearing the right kind of mask is important.
A special N95 mask to protect yourself from small particles.
So whenever you go out, try to use a public transport first thing and minimize individual use of vehicles.
We are having a metro now. Connectivity is improving, but it takes time. We don't know, it's always changing. It's changing for the better.
No, I cannot do it. My neighbor is going by car, I will not go, I cannot go. It's not that. All of us are equally responsible to prevent this.
Jay just told me that I'm a bit tense. I look a bit nervous. Well, it's a very serious topic, right? So I wanted to make sure that I carried the right tone here. But I'm ready to take a breath of fresh air. And this is exactly what we're here to talk about today. I'm really, really happy, very excited to announce that we're bringing Mi Air Purifier 2 to India. This is the very, very first smart home product that we're launching here. In fact, Mi Air Purifier 2 is the smartest air purifier in the market already. And of course, it all starts with Wi-Fi connectivity. Wi-Fi means this device is seamlessly connected to the cloud and can be controlled in real time from your phone. At the center of this Mi Smart Home ecosystem is the Mi Home app, which some of you have already been using. Mi Home is a control center for Mi Air Purifier, and in fact, all of your Mi Smart Home products. It gives you real-time monitoring of indoor air quality on your phone, so it goes nicely hand-in-hand with your weather app. And it also, by the way, gives you other readings, including, for example, humidity, temperature, so you know exactly what's going on inside your house. Mi Air Purifier 2 has 3 modes of operation. Of course, you can turn it on and off remotely on the app, or you can set it to auto mode, sleep mode, or manual mode. Auto mode intelligently controls the fan speed based on the real-time air quality reading. And it's basically all you need 99% of the time, but of course you can also switch to manual if you want. Plus you can monitor and control the device even when you're away from home, which is obviously very important, for example, if you have kids at home. You can also make controlling the Mi Air Purifier device more of a family affair. You can share access across multiple people on multiple devices for the same air purifier. And if you want to switch your air purifier on or off at any specific times when you're not at home, you can use the Mi Home app as well to create a schedule, for example, every day or every weekday, weekends, or create any kind of a custom schedule, all from the app. And perhaps most importantly, it sends you a notification to your phone when it's time for a nil filter, so that you don't have to remember that yourself. And I'll talk about filters in just a little bit. Also, if you're using the Mi Home app on a Mi phone, I'm going to play this again. Just swipe from the left, and you can instantly access all your smart home devices without even unlocking the device. So that's pretty handy. And of course, this is only the beginning. Once we launch more Mi smart home products here in India, you're going to be able to control them easily and seamless from the Mi Home app. By the way, this list is not indicative of products that are coming up. Just wanted to make that clear. It's just an example. So that's the Mi Home app. It is available not only on Mi phones, it's available on all Android phones, and it's also available on iOS devices, so anyone can use it with their air purifier. Of course, with all of these smart controls and features, we had to come up with a beautiful slogan. So the slogan for Mi Air Purifier 2 is the smart way to breathe. That is our slogan for this product. Feel free to take a photo if you want. There you go. All right. Now, we considered, of course, many things when designing Mi Air Purifier 2. Air purifiers come in all shapes and sizes. They're bulky, they're oddly shaped, they're sometimes complicated and gimmicky. We wanted our air purifier to be a smart, simple standout from the rest. So we started with a very basic design. What do you guys think? Well, it clearly is simple, but maybe not so smart. So we iterated, and of course, in reality, it's a bit more refined. It looks more like this. It's pure and cleanly designed. It's very minimalistic. It's what you'd expect an air purifier perhaps to look like. And it's perfect for any room in your home. Just 3 discrete icons and small LEDs on the front, which indicate the different modes: auto, night, and manual. On the top, just one button to toggle between these 3 modes. One button operation. The grill on the top, by the way, is designed to make sure that your kids cannot get their fingers in there and get hurt. So it's functional, it's safe, and it's elegant. And right here is the built-in particle sensor on the back of the device, and right on top of it is the reset button, which you press as soon as you replace the filter. Talk more about that later. And here's, by the way, Mi Air Purifier 2nd generation on the left, next to the 1st generation on the right. It's super, super compact. It's shorter and narrower than the 1st generation. It's about 40% lighter, just 4.8 kilos. Which, of course, is great because it fits in anywhere. You can even place it under your desk, if you like, for example, in your office, and it won't get in your way at all. The base area of Mi Air Purifier 2 is 10% smaller than an A4 sheet of paper, which is kind of a cool realization. It takes even less space, and it stays pretty discreetly tucked away, no matter where you put it. So it's very, very small at the base. And we have some beautiful shots of Mi Air Purifier 2 in the home. Goes with any furniture in your living room, and it, in fact, even adds to it, I would argue. You can also fit it in the study, and it looks great. Pause a little bit for photos here. Or in the kids' playroom as well, especially considering that plush toys are a total magnet for dust. So a good place to also put an air purifier. As many photos as you like. And here's Air Purifier 2. It's smart, and of course, it's also beautiful. All right. So earlier, I showed you this to you guys as a joke, of course, but actually, air purifiers are conceptually not that different from this. It's basically a filter and a fan inside a very compact device. And fan speed is the most crucial aspect for being able that you can propel purified air to every corner of the room, right? So how much power can you get behind that air? When we designed Mi Air Purifier 2, we looked at aircraft jet engines for inspiration to create a high-performance booster fan. And that's why they look alike. Mi Air Purifier 2 has not just one, but actually 2 fans that are running simultaneously and in sync, right? So they can do the best possible job of pushing air out. And it's only 4.8 watts, which is up to 3 times more energy efficient than an energy-saving light bulb. So only 4.8 watts. And it is extremely silent, despite being mighty powerful. Only 30 dB, 30 decibels when it's in night mode, which is roughly the sound of a quiet library, 30 dB. Now, despite being very quiet, it is able to produce huge gusts of wind. And the most important reason why is this design that you guys see right here. This is an aerodynamic vortex, kind of like a mini tornado, that circulates air as efficiently as possible around a room. You basically throw the air up, it hits the ceiling, spreads around, and then comes back the other way. So it's a very, very aerodynamic design. That's the vortex. Mi Air Purifier 2 has what we call a clean air delivery rate of 310 cubic meters per hour, or CADA, as I like to call it. To put it in perspective here, it clearly outperforms some of the most popular air purifiers that you'll find in the market in terms of its CADA, the clean air delivery rate. Mi Air Purifier 2 has a cleaning range from 21 to 37 square meters. And if you prefer room sizes in square feet, it basically translates to 400 square feet roughly, which is a decent sized room. How does that work in real life? So let's talk real life usage here. How quickly can it replace or almost fully circulate the air in a room? So take a 1-bedroom apartment, for example, or I think as we call that here in India, a 1 BHK. So how does it work in a 1 BHK? So this is a 750 square foot 1 BHK. And what you'll notice is that the air purifier takes just 11 minutes to replace the air in the living and dining rooms, which are together here, and only 7 minutes to replace the air in the bedroom in this particular size 1 BHK. So it's pretty quick. And we have a really, really cool video that shows the Mi Air Purifier in action. And you'll pay particularly close attention to this aerodynamic vortex that I talked about. Let's watch it. Okay. Do you guys want to see it in real life? Yes? Yes? All right. Okay, so let's bring out the air purifier now. So what we've done here is we've constructed a special glass chamber, if you will. It measures 3 feet by 3 feet by about 6 feet. And we're going to do a quick demo here for you guys. But I'll let you take some photos before we start. Huh? Maybe you want to try a different angle? Or we can turn off the lights if you prefer as well. Yeah. Okay, is this better for you? Okay. Huh? It's as up as it can go. All right, there's more, by the way. You're good? Huh? I don't actually have anything to display on the phone right now because I haven't opened the app yet. Okay? You guys are good? All right. Do you guys want to see some smoke? All right, let's get some smoke in here. And go. There we go. So we'll get some smoke in here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn on the air purifier here from my Mi Max. So I'm turning it on now. There you go. Okay, so it's on now, and you're going to start to see the vortex form here like you saw in the video. By the way, this is pretty thick smoke. This is synthetic haze made out of monopropylene glycol and and some other stuff. And you can see how quickly it takes care of it. And you can see, the vortex going up as well. Can you get some more smoke in there? Yeah? More smoke, more smoke. Or maybe not. Okay. All right. So, so that was a quick demo of Mi Air Purifier 2 in action. Now, having a powerful fan alone, of course, is not enough. Oh, there it is. There you go. That'll be a fun entertainment. But you can pay attention to me as well. So, of course, to be able to do a good job here, a powerful fan is not enough. You need a really good filter that can trap the various different kinds of pollutants in the air, from heavy airborne particles all the way to tiny little things, including, chemicals like what you saw here in this haze. Earlier, I mentioned to you guys different sources of air pollutants. Here's a quick recap for you. We designed a cylindrical triple-layer filter to trap these pollutants from all angles. So it's cylindrical. But if you actually open this up, if you open up this filter, it measures 7.5 meters when fully extended. And it's very, very dense. So it's a big filter that's folded into a cylinder. This triple-layer filter is made up of first a pre-filter, second an EPA filter, and then an activated carbon filter. The first part, for large particles like dust and hair, they're trapped in this outer mesh. The next one, this next smaller set of particles, so PM 2.5, for example, are trapped in this EPA filter, which is EPA tested, in fact, even by an entity in the US called Nelson Labs with the US FDA. So it's extraordinarily well tested. And then lastly, this is my favorite, is the activated carbon filter, which has a really high degree of microporosity, which essentially helps it absorbs all chemicals, and nothing really can go through. Things like formaldehyde, ammonia, smoke, and much more. So that goes in the last filter. Each filter, by the way, will last you approximately 6 months, and this, of course, varies depending on what kind of usage you get and how bad the air quality is in the environment where this is being used. Overused filters are not effective, not a good idea. They must be changed as regularly as possible. So the Mi Home app, as I said earlier, will notify you on your phone when the filter needs to be changed. And changing filters is a total breeze. You just change the whole filter, which you can purchase on Mi.com. There's no need to vacuum or wash the old filter. Just put a new one in. There's also no service fee. You just pay for the filter. And here's our Mi fan, Ranjith, showing how easy it is to change the filters. So first, you'll remove the back cover. Then you pull out the filter, the old filter. Then take a new filter. Make sure you take it out of the plastic bag, of course. Pop it in. Close the back cover. Then you press that reset button, and you're done. So thanks, Ranjith, for showing that off. And speaking of fans and reviewers, we decided to ask our fans to try out a Mi Air Purifier at home, and then tell us what they think. And here's what they had to say.
The air quality has decreased quite a bit. There's been more people migrating, more cars on the road. I can feel the difference in breathing. I can feel like I'm breathing smoke most of the time. I developed a dust allergy, so I have sneezing, I have itchy eyes, I have a runny nose.
I have allergies to dust and pollen, so I'm unable to keep the windows open all the time. The fur that sheds constantly, it would actually trigger my asthma attacks to be more frequent. I have to chase her out of my room because the air quality decreases for me.
When I initially started using the air purifier, the air quality was a reading of around 165, which is quite bad. The readings now hover around 40, which indicates that the air quality is damn good.
The thing that has benefited me the most is the reduction in the sensitivity to smell, and also to a large extent my allergies. My sneezing has reduced, my breathing is better.
I would say what the air purifier is meant for air. So that's one of the best things I've benefited from. It's on 24/7, no doubt. With that hair being suspended in the air, the purifier is actually able to grab some of that and keep the air a little more clean. From the app, you could actually control the fan speed as well, so which is a good thing.
Opening it up from the box and setting it up was so easy. My first impression after I powered it on was that it was so silent. I even had my doubts if it was running, but it was. You can control the whole thing from your phone, so the minute you fire it, it tells you what is the air quality in that room. And as the air purifier runs, it tells you how much better the air quality has become. It's been running non-stop since I got it. The size is just perfect. It doesn't look like an air purifier.
I am able to actually turn the device on remotely from the office. I don't have to wait for the air to be pure. The air is already pure as soon as I enter.
All right, I'm just going to stay here. It's pretty comfy. Is that okay? By the way, thanks Ernst and Vanessa for these awesome videos. You guys did a pretty awesome job. Well, what's obviously on everyone's mind, I'm sure, is price. How much is Air Purifier 2, Mi Air Purifier 2? Well, we looked at high-end air purifiers with a CADA of over 300 cubic meters per hour. And because Mi Air Purifier 2 has that aerodynamic vortex that I talked to you guys about, the effective range is on par or exceeds many of these air purifiers. It's also quieter, lighter, smaller, and it consumes way less power. More importantly, Mi Air Purifier 2 is the only high-performance air purifier that has truly smart features. It turns out the rest don't. So how much do you think that costs? How much do you think the smartest air purifier in the Indian market should cost? The price for Mi Air Purifier 2 is $9,999. $9,999. What do you think? I got you guys to applause. I can't believe it. It's a pretty good price. So $9,999. It is a price designed to disrupt the market. I think it's also not what you guys expect from us. There were people saying $13,999. I think I heard a $12,999 yesterday. But we're going really, really aggressive here. We're very serious about this market. We're very serious about our smart home strategy, about entering and starting this here in India in a very serious manner. So we think that this is going to be a great price that will really start a movement around education and action against air pollution in India. And this is our contribution. By the way, the air replacement filter will cost you $24.99. And like I said, you should expect to have to replace it about every 6 months or so. So that's Mi Air Purifier 2 with a quick summary for you guys here. The smart way to breathe, real-time AQI monitoring, Wi-Fi connectivity, Mi Home app, smart controls available on Android and iOS, aerodynamic air vortex, 37 square meters up to 400 square feet coverage, pretty high CADA, 310 cubic meters per hour, triple layered filter, which removes all the way down to PM 2.5, all of the harmful particles in the air, 4.8 watts energy saving, super, super quiet at 30 dBs. So that's Mi Air Purifier 2 for $9,999 ladies and gentlemen. It'll be available starting on September 26th at 12 p.m. on me.com, so that's next week. And it's also going to be available shortly thereafter on October 2nd at 12 a.m. midnight on Flipkart from October 2nd. What do you guys think? Good price? Good product? All right. All right, so being healthy is a choice. And one of our popular products which helps us make better health choices is, of course, Mi Band, our fitness and sleep tracker. Since we launched Mi Band 1, it's taken the world by storm, and it's taken India by storm. Today, Mi Band is the second most shipped wearable device in the world. And in just Q2 2016, we shipped over 3 million units of Mi Band globally in just 1 quarter. And after much anticipation here in India, of course, I'm delighted to announce that we're bringing Mi Band 2 to India, which I have right here. So Mi Band 2 has really stepped up its own game, featuring many, many awesome upgrades, like time. And in fact, we think it's time to step up your fitness game. Time to step up. That's the product slogan for Mi Band 2. I'm just getting it out straight away because we love it. It is time to step up. That's our new product slogan for Mi Band 2. Mi Band 2 comes with an OLED display that doesn't, of course, just tell the time. It can also display your step count, your heart rate, battery life, and more. Simply just lift your wrist and it will automatically come up, or you can just tap the capacitive button and it will come up. So either lift to see the time or tap the capacitive button, and you can control those in settings as well. Now, in the past, you'd see a lot of this, users wearing both their watch and their Mi Band together, like this. Now, all you need, of course, is Mi Band 2, because it does also double up as a watch. I'll go back since you guys were taking a photo. That's a good one, right? Yeah. Oh, sure. All right. Okay. Now, the best thing about Mi Band 2, which of course you've come to expect from us with all of our recent launches, is amazing 20-day battery life on one single charge. So even though it has a display and a heart rate monitor, which I'll talk about, you can still get 20 days of battery life out of Mi Band 2. And by the way, this is what we do, right? We really focus on battery life. It's the culture that we've already established across our portfolio here in India. So with Mi Band 2, we're just keeping to that tradition. In fact, Mi Band 2 has 4 times longer battery life than other popular fitness bands with both display as well as a heart rate monitor. In fact, some users who managed to test out Mi Band 2 already have given us their opinion. Many are seeing more than 20 days of battery, as you can see from some of these reviews, including folks that got 23, 24 days of battery or more. And despite its very large battery, Mi Band 2 is only 10.5 millimeters thick at the thickest point, which is very, very comfortable, just about 1 centimeter. And it's up to 22% slimmer and 37% lighter than popular fitness trackers who have both a display and a heart rate monitor out there. So pretty awesome. The slim design allows for better wrist movement compared to any other fitness trackers that you might have. And we have a hypoallergenic band, which is comfortable, even if you have sensitive skin. You won't have a problem. Step count tracking using a military-grade accelerometer, which you've been used to from Mi Band 1. And of course, you get the most out of it when you pair Mi Band 2 with the Mi Fit app, which is available also both on Android and iOS. And it will give you access to all the features on it. It allows you to analyze each of your runs in detail with step count, with distance, and also with calorie burn. So all the information that you need. It gives you daily, weekly, and monthly trends. This is all in the Mi Fit app. And it also has an optical heart rate monitor, which is an improvement even over Mi Band Pulse, so that you can measure and track your heart rate all the time. Now, knowing your pulse gives you a good picture of your health, of course. Our resting heart rate is typically within 60 to 80 beats per minute, or 55 to 80 beats per minute. And our maximum heart rate as normal humans will range from 180 to 200 beats per minute, maybe a little bit over depending on age. Now, Mi Band 2 tells you when you're hitting your target heart rate, which is, of course, the sweet spot for exercise. Each person has a different target heart rate. And Mi Band 2 calculates that for you automatically based on your heart rate history. And then it'll give you anywhere from 50 to 85%. That's your optimal target range, if you will, for exercising. By the way, there's many research articles out there, and especially lately, showing a relationship between your heart rate and your sleep. They are actually quite correlated. A few things happen when you enter your deep sleep. You have slower breathing, your heart rate actually slows down, and your body temperature drops. So measuring the heart rate can actually help us better measure the quality of your sleep during the night. So that's exactly what we're doing with Mi Band 2. We're using the heart rate monitor to also measure the quality of your sleep. And that's why Mi Band 2 has a heart rate sleep assistant. That's the feature that helps you measure that. Hey guys, it's telling me here that my display is about to lose power. You might want to come take a look on the display monitors. So basically what happens with Mi Band 2 is it's going to wake up and collect your heart rate every few minutes while you're sleeping, of course, without you noticing it. And that will help it know when to decide if you're sleeping or not. And more importantly, how lightly or heavily you're sleeping. One of the great things about Mi Band 2 is that it knows when you're asleep, and it knows when you're asleep automatically. You don't have to switch to sleep mode or do anything. It just knows when you go to sleep. And you can also use your Mi Band 2 to unlock your Mi Phone or any Android device via Bluetooth, of course. You can receive incoming calls and app alerts so that you don't miss calls or important messages. And by the way, if you haven't moved in a while, Mi Band 2 can send you idle alerts and give you a gentle buzz so that you know, for example, to take a short walk, maybe take a quick break and get up from your chair. It's pretty easy to step up your fitness game with Mi Fit app. It's basically the only place that you can go to check out your personal fitness goals. So one place, I should say, that you can go to check out your fitness goals. But Mi Band 2 also syncs with Google Fit and the iOS Health app, right? So you have a wide variety of choices as to how you want to collect this data. Setting up is pretty easy. Simply just wear the band, download the Mi Fit app, and then it'll sync with your Mi account. Mi Band 2, like Mi Band 1, is IP67 water resistant. So that means it'll resist water splashes, it'll resist sweat. So you don't have to take it off in the shower. You can go for a quick swim with it as well, and it will do well. Mi Band 2 is going to be selling here in India, no mystery this time, for 1,999 rupees, which is a really good price. So that's Mi Band 2, 1,999 rupees. And there is another photo for you guys. Mi Band 2, it's our fitness, sleep, and heart rate monitoring device with an all-new OLED display and 20-day battery life. So that's Mi Band 2 at 1,999. Sorry, 1,999. And back to our product slogan, Mi Band 2, time to step up with all the features that we announced today. It will go on sale on September 27th, so just one day after the Mi Air Purifier V2 at 12 p.m. on Mi.com. And on the 30th of September, it'll be available at midnight, also on Amazon. So you can get it in both of these places. By the way, we have a beautiful experience zone that we put together for you guys just over here to your left. You can go check it out. You'll see the Mi Air Purifier 2. You also get to see Mi Band. Check it out. We've created a few more homey environments, pretty cozy, for you guys to check out. We even have a kids' playroom that you can check out, and you can see how the air purifier basically disappears into the playroom, and it blends into the core of any environment in your home. Hope you guys enjoy exploring it. Thank everyone for coming. We can do photos by the stage if you want to take any more photos. And I want to thank all of Mi fans who joined us in the live stream. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, guys.